Okay. Hey Arpita, good afternoon. So welcome all the people who are there, all the people who are there on the platform. I would like to welcome you all. And today you could see some new face with us, right? Yeah. So she has joined for the first time, and her name is Arpita. Her name is Arpita. She is an HR professional with 4 years of experience in the field, in the industry. So we thought of having a discussion wherein we would like to answer some of the queries. In fact, Arpita is the one who has been as a part of our platform from quite some time, and she has been like in the back end sending some requirements so that we could share it with all the people around. So she texted me yesterday or day before yesterday about a few of the queries whether we could discuss this, and we thought of discussing with everyone so that everyone gets benefit out of it. So that is the whole thing. Welcome, Arpita. Welcome to the platform for the first time. Good to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and platform that I can share my views and the things I'm thinking since long and discuss some quality points so that we can take a benefit from that. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome, Arpita. Most welcome. So let's start without wasting much time. Okay, people, just listen to these particular points. These are the basic queries. These are the basic questions which most of the people face. And if they do not answer to this particular queries well at the interview, or if they do not prepare themselves to face these particular questions, then it is somewhat a challenge for the people. Okay. So let's go ahead, Arpita. What was the first thing you said?
First thing is gradually and interesting the same thing or facing the same thing. Many people having like some big career gap nowadays, and this is the time when company are finding
Your voice is breaking, Arpita. Your voice.
vacancies, openings, but company are finding
Okay, guys. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Arpita, your voice is breaking. Yeah, you can talk now. Now it's fine, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yes. So I was saying, basically nowadays I am facing a one challenge basically, and around people surrounding me, career. Most of the people having a career gap now. Reason can be personal. It can be personal reason, can be professional or anything else. So, but there are n number of vacancies available on the like a social media you can say and any another platform we can find so many vacancies. But the main problem is nowadays company are finding a very skilled candidate for the profile, and they are very choosy. So how can a candidate or employee can fulfill this gap or get a good opportunity?
Okay. See, Arpita. So the question is that many people are facing this particular issue that they are having a gap in their career. They are having a gap in their career, and when they are trying to restart the particular career, they are facing a stern competition wherein there are many people who are applying. That is a fact. But how do a person actually crack this? How do a person actually get out of this particular situation? Okay, see, it further depends about what exactly is the gap about, how long is the gap, and how long is the overall experience. Okay, if a person is having good enough experience as an overall experience, and he is having a gap of few months or so, and that gap is an outcome of some genuine reason. The genuine reason, it's okay. Even if the genuine reason is of like personal reason, that is also fine. Even if a person is having a genuine personal reason for few months being away from the industry, but having a good overall experience is will still keep him in the competition. But here a person will have to really speak in that manner in a particular interview, that a person really feels that going ahead with that particular person, and overall knowledge that a person have, overall knowledge that a person have, they should communicate that particular language to the interviewer in such a way that the person gets convinced. Overall, it's about facing an interview. We all have personal problems. We do not have to worry about that. This is what a life is. You as a person going to an interview will have a problem. A person who is a recruiter who is recruiting person will also have some problems. He will also go. So as a person, we understand all these things. But one thing which can again you do, showcasing that even at the time when you are having a gap, You can say that although I was into my personal stuff, I want to give justice to my family. And that point of time, it would not have been good for me to, I would not have been in a position to do justice to the industry, to the work. So I thought of, had a discussion with the team, and I thought of taking a particular break and then coming back to the industry. That is one particular thing. Or if any unexpected reason happens, some accident or something, then you have your medical documents with you. The thing is that you can just say that in this particular time when you were at work, or you were not at work, you were doing some stuff which was like you tried to learn some new skill set related to your own platform, related to your own domain, or you did some certification for that. By saying that, you would prove that you are a person who is like you, who went out of the job due to some genuine reasons, but you at the same time, while taking care of those particular things, you try to upgrade yourself with the limited time that you are having. So that is how you can frame up this particular thing. There is no need to worry. If you have a job, you have to portray it in a better manner, and the overall experience that you have, you need to communicate that thing. And if that would be the good enough, that would be the good enough thing. And if there is any other person without a gap, maybe the chances of he or she getting it placed would be more. But again, if you are having a gap, you would be the immediate joiner. That again puts you in a driver's seat at few of the occasions, because if person is not having a gap, if he's working, then probably he have to give 2 months notice period or 3 months notice period. That is what it has turned to be in many companies now. So you can still take an advantage of that particular situation. It all depends on how you speak. Okay, so ये है, you have to be very important about what you are talking, how you are talking. You have to be well prepared. This can be done. There's nothing to worry, and you have to be confident. It is not that you have a gap that means you have done some crime. वैसा नहीं रहता है. You have a gap, be confident. You're not sure regret about what it is. Do not show regret that you are having a gap and you regret that. It's not required. It's a genuine gap. It was a situation which has come in. You have worked on that. This is fine if a career is big and the gap is small of few months or so. Okay. If a gap is more, there are people who are going on leaves or for long leaves or something like that. And if a gap is more, then there comes a possibility of why this gap is so big, and why what you did in this particular field, and why you were not able to get a job and all this stuff. Then particularly there are a few MNCs who has in fact some platforms as well. There are having some platforms wherein they, for example, Accenture has some platform wherein they try to get people on board in that particular forum. They call it as career rebuild program, something like that. Then IBM is having one such program. They call it as re-entry program. So you have to see, explore these options, and see what you can do best. Or if the gap goes too long, you should be in a position to do something in that particular time frame, wherein you could say that you did these certifications, you did these particular projects on your own. If you were searching for a job but you're not getting it, meanwhile you did all these upgradations. So that is how you can prove that these you have done some valuable things. And if you are searching for a job and you were not getting that job, and if that is the reason for a job, just try to put some internships there or some mini projects there. Just try to see how you can upgrade your resume with all these things. Keep working towards it. So this is something, Arpita, that would be helpful.
Yeah, sir, here I want to ask you one thing for our viewers or listeners and persons who have already joined us. It could be helpful for them. Like you were talking about a essential, like a restarting program or anything else. So where candidate can find these kind of a program? It is available from any social
Arpita,
media platform like Indeed.
wait. There is some. I can't hear you. I can see some internet issues. Yeah, speak now. Yeah, your voice was breaking a lot.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, now
Sir,
you
I
can
was
speak.
asked. Yeah. As you were telling about some platforms related Accenture and IBM kind of company, anything else. So I want to ask one question here. Where candidate can find these kind of updates? Like is it available on LinkedIn or anything else like a company's official website or career page or anything where candidate can.
So true. Most of the times, you have to explore the career pages or company portals itself. Just take some time out and explore. If you have an option there of searching option is there, right? Type some keywords like re-entry program or something like that, and try to explore these things. But this is generally for the people who are returning from maternity leaves or having a long, big gap. Some women-centric programs are also there, wherein people are trying to get the people back into groove. If we talk about Accenture and IBM, I have those particular links, but there are again eligibility criteria for that. Who can go to that particular program and all those things. I will paste those particular links in the YouTube comment. You have to go there. You have to explore the career pages.
Sure.
Google
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Even if you Google it, I am sure that you would come across some of and LinkedIn also. There are every company is having their career pages. Just search if there is anything out there, and you can in a position to get something out of it. And when it comes to IBM and Accenture, I would post that particular links. I think I have those links with me. I will post that, but just see the eligibility forward entry, the eligibility, how much gap, which level are they. For example, there are companies who are running this program who get senior management back into the group. So it depends. Check the eligibility criteria and then you can. But 6 months is I don't think that is the time where that is the thing where no dream. So it's like still in the groove, 5 to 6 months, the current phase of not getting job. It's still fine. It's the way you put yourself in an interview. Yeah, Arpita.
Yeah,
Anything
so
else?
I believe no, on this topic, I don't think we can left anything, leave anything, or we can, I believe, discuss another thing. And before few days, I was talking to my ex-colleague. So he told me that he want he already worked in two industries. Like currently, he is working as an HR domain, and before this, around before I believe 2 to 2.5 year back, he was working as an IT or non-IT recruiter. But now he is very confused and too much can say too much confused. Like which industry is better for him? As like a HR domain is it is better for him or IT domain it is better for him just because in his bright future he wants to start his own business or can say consultancy kind of a business regarding the recruitment. So he was talking to me and he was too confused and I said to him, okay, I'll first of all talk to expert then I'll get back to you.
Okay. Okay, there are two ways of looking at this particular thing. Okay, the question is that a person is having some long experience, in one particular industry, in one particular domain. He has worked on one particular role. However, the second part of his career, he was into other role, but in the same industry or the field domain was something different. How he should choose which would be the right career for him. Okay, there are two ways of looking at this particular question. One is what is liking of the person, what exactly is he or she interested into. If a person has worked on one particular field, is he interested in that first half, or is he more inclined towards working on the role which she or he has been through in the second half? That is one thing. Another thing is there are factors which needs to be taken into consideration. Factors such as which opportunities are more. If there is this field 2, are there more opportunities for that? If the field 1 which he has worked, are there more opportunities for that? What are the growth aspects? Which is the industry, which is the particular skill set which can help him grow better, or which is the skill set which can give him more jobs as compared to others. It depends on the person what he exactly is trying to make out of his career. Okay, this is how you can set up a particular skill set, what you want to do and how you want to do. So now once you decide that okay, this is what he wants to do. For an example, if first 2 years is of a recruitment, and second 2 years, second half is something about non-recruitment or some other administration stuff, and or other stuff that also comes under recruitment or HR basically. So a resume should be framed, should be designed, should be elaborated in such a manner that it goes good with the job description. Okay, so how you would do that? If suppose a person decides that okay, he wants to set up his career into recruitment, uh, first 2 years he has already worked in first company, he has already worked in recruitment, that is for sure. In second company, all those things that he or she did related to the recruitment, he will have to elaborate all these things. You will have to elaborate all these things more in that particular resume in the second job as well, because he has actually done that. The only thing is that you have to elaborate that, because एक बार अगर आप वो elaborate करेंगे second half में भी, then it would go as a clear cut message that first half maybe you have done that, or second half of the career maybe वो continuation है and you have hands on experience for that. And it is basic thing. Job descriptions जो है, मल्टीपल जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शंस आते रहते हैं, मल्टीपल रिक्वायरमेंट्स के आते रहते हैं, और रेज्यूमे में जो है बंदे काफी सारे काम करते रहते हैं, तो अपने को इंश्योर करना पड़ता है कि जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन के साथ अपना जो रेज्यूमे है वो उसको अलाइन हो. सो वी हैव टू अलाइन और रेज्यूमे टू द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन. How will you align? You are not adding any fake information out there. You are only elaborating those points which are there, which you have worked in career one, first half of the career in the first company and second half of company. So that gives a picture that for all 4 years you have done that, you have performed that skill set as a recruiter explicitly, and that gives you the complete stretch and puts you in a better situation to talk to the person. और अगर ये bits and pieces में रहता है, first hand half in other stuff, second half in other stuff, then a person would not be somewhat convinced, or he may get a candidate who has worked on that particular role for all 4 years. So that is a way of dealing with it.
Okay, so as far as I understand, I can say कि जैसे अभी
another way is be prepared. Whatever you are writing it there in your resume, you have to prepare. If you are showcasing, if you have an experience of 4 years, then you expect the questions which are expected to be asked to a 4 years candidate. For example, that person should definitely know that, okay, if he is into recruitment, how to follow up with the candidates, how to get those profiles, how to deal with the clients, how to work on those requirements, how to see how to follow up with the candidates so that they do not drop out. Is there any backup which needs to be arranged for a particular profile, or what is the criticality of the requirement, how to roll out an offer, how to deal on the salary structure, all these things. Do we have exception approvals? Is delivery team approving that? As a person having 4 years of experience, he would be asked these type of stuff related
negotiation kind of questions.
Yeah, all these things. So basically, a person should be in a position to answer the person having 4 years of experience. So you have to be prepared for that, and that's how things will happen.
Okay, so if we can, we can say that if we have a two working experience, like if we talk about my ex-colleague's experience, then if suppose he has a two experience, IT and after that HR, then first in his first working experience, he has to be explain all the functionalities he used to do, like follow-ups, like screening, as well as first round interview, like a pre-selection interview, selection processes, and all the thing. And in his second job role, if he is doing the same things as well, so he is to mention all these things over there too.
Yes, he has to elaborate those things. He might have not done that thing for entire career, or he might have done it for a particular phase, or for some 20%, 30% of it, and 30% or 70% some other things, or he might have juggled between these skill sets. But as he's being interviewed for this particular skill set, the job description is about this particular skill set. He has to elaborate more things about these particular skill sets, and other skill sets can definitely be ignored. There is not even need to add those skill sets if you are completely aware about the job description that you're applying for.
Overall, we can say that if you are going for an interview for a particular profile, so first read job description properly and make your CV according to that. After that, forward the CV for the appropriate person and prepare for all the things, and then sit for the interview.
True. Make profile according to that. It
Yes.
means aligning profile according to that, and we are elaborating. For example, the thing which have not been covered much in the resume, we are giving that particular exposure for that particular thing, elaborating more things about that, and the things which are not required, they may just take one liner or two liner at the end. That's fine. That is
Hmm.
how it goes on.
And we can highlight all the things too, if possible. Then
Everything, yeah, all the related things can be highlighted, because after all, that is your whole profile. If that is what you have been doing,
obviously.
that is what you have been doing, and you are confidently talking, and you are aware about what you are doing, and you can confidently do that once you join another organization, then it's perfectly fine. You just have to convince the recruiter, and your resume is there. You are elaborating the things that are needed. That's it. That's good enough.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think it is a best answer, and it is can say total whole information in a very brief manner. Sir, actually, you are briefing all the things in very well manner. Thank you for this. And my last query can say, when I was talking to my one friend, can say, or discussing with my one friend, and he is asking to me, is it a good time to start your own startup?
Startup, right? See,
Yeah.
good time to start a startup. Okay. See, Arpita, it depends. Okay, current time is really good. Now, I'm just able to recollect this particular proverb, that there is an opportunity at every bend. Okay, so there is really an opportunity. Maybe the world is going through some tough phases or something like that, but there are opportunities which are coming in. For an example, more companies are setting up platforms which are related to online business. For example, there are so many new,
Uh,
the way the things are happening, right? Let me continue. Okay, the way the things are happening now, it is like few new business which currently goes with the current scenario. If the person is interested to do that, and if the person is having a good scope of doing that, then definitely it would be a good thing. He has to do some industry analysis of that. What are the best options available as of now? Are those options aligning to his area of interest? That is again one important thing. And if all these things comes together, you have to do the market study. You have to do the market study and according to take up a call. And yes, as the entire world is somewhat struggling, it would put you par in the competition with the people who are already existing, right? So that is another way of looking at that. So yes, there is an opportunity at everything. Okay, you were saying something.
yeah. If we talk about startup, and also I want to give one example, Practo app. अभी
Practice.
क्या है कि हाँ, अभी क्या है कि कुछ टाइम पहले तक हम लोग कभी इमेजिन ही नहीं करते थे कि अगर मुझे फीवर है या कुछ है तो हम डॉक्टर से ऑनलाइन कंसल्टेशन कर सकते हैं.
ट्रू सभी.
तो
देखो मैं बोलता हूँ आपको, प्रैक्टो ऐप है, फिर उसके बाद अपोलो फार्मेसी जो है, दे हैव आल्सो कम अलोंग विद द ऑनलाइन कंसल्टेशंस. मेडिसिन जो है, दे आर डिलीवरिंग इट एट होम. देन डोंजो है, डोंजो इज दे आर लाइक, दे आर यूजिंग प्लेटफॉर्म लाइक डिलीवरिंग थिंग्स फ्रॉम वन पीपल टू अनदर. Swiggy has picked up, Zomato has picked up. Then this online things, what we call those people coming at home and doing all that. What do we say? What is that app? Oh, plumbing.
अर्बन अर्बन कंपनी.
Urban Clap. So ये सब चीजें हैं, they have adapted to the complete this particular thing. And online portals, big ये सबके online portals है अभी, like Amazon है, इसके बाद Reliance का भी है, Big Basket भी है. These things are also growing up. So they have identified what would be the opportunity and they have grabbed it. So we have to see related कौन सा रह सकता है, फिर उसके बाद में scope किसका ज्यादा है, एंड फिर उसके बाद अपना एरिया ऑफ लाइकिंग क्या है, फिर उसके बाद जो है यू हैव टू टेक अप कॉल ऑन दैट.
Yes,
You have to do
moreover,
perfect marketing, you have to do perfect analysis, you have to give your time to do that. और उसके बाद once you decide that, then you can definitely go ahead putting all your efforts.
and what is the ideal time of experience or taking market research and all, doing a market research and all the things? It is a best or like a perfect time or a sufficient time, can say like a 6 months, 1 year.
See, as long as you are covering all that you want as your market research, that time frame is good enough. So what would you do to cover a market research? There is no need to define a time frame. What would you see? Who your customers are? From where are you going to get your supply? What are the channels, or what would be the channels for distribution? How would you advertise? So you have to you have to analyze about all these things, who your competitors are, what products they are dealing with, how they are taking up step by step, what would be the best product to start with. So these are the things which you have to analyze. Once, some note out all these things, once, one by one year by one, you have to complete the analysis of this particular thing, and one after one after one, do this particular things, make proper documentation of it so that you can revisit it whenever required. And the time, it would take any time, but thing is, the sooner you want to complete, the more efforts you want to put in. Once you complete the analysis of the topics which you have decided to do, which will help you to set up a business, grow business, like what would be the regulations, what are the legal terms, and all these things also needs to be put into consideration. One by one, just keep executing this thing, and whatever the time takes, good enough. The sooner you are do it, the better it is. सही है?
तो यस एक्चुअली मैं इन्हीं 3 टॉपिक्स पे सबसे ज़्यादा मेजरली डिस्कशन करना चाहती थी, क्योंकि मेरे पास में फ्रीक्वेंटली क्वेरीज आ रहे थे। तो मैं एक बार आपके साथ में ये चीज़ें डिस्कस करना चाहती थी, जिससे मैं एक जो सॉल्यूशन है वो दे सकूं और बहुत से लोग इसका बेनिफिट ले सकें।
ट्रू। अपन करते रहेंगे, वी विल सी, अगर और भी कुछ रहा तो वी वुड कीप कमिंग, हम लोग करते रहते हैं एक्चुअली। आई हैव बीन सॉर्टिंग दिस क्वेरीज आउट, पीपल हैव बीन कम्युनिकेटिंग, तो ये सब चीजें करते रहते हैं। तो और भी जो है, वी वुड सी, अगर और कुछ वैल्यू ऐड कर सकेंगे तो वी डू इट ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस एंड वी विल कीप डूइंग इट। So thank you so much, Arpita. So team, all these queries which we just answered, just try to put all these things into practice, work good, try to analyze things, to make right steps, take right steps, and proceed accordingly. And okay, there is some network issue. Okay, Arpita, right?
Yes.
Hello, Arpita, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Actually,
Right. So
before
that is
you
what I
were
was saying, team.
not
There
there.
was some drop. Sorry, and thank you for bearing with that particular thing. There were some network issues. So practice all this that we